Hey, what's going on guys, my name is Brad, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another YuGiOh VRAINS video. Today we got our first bunch of spoiler summaries for episodes 2 through to 5 of YuGiOh VRAINS. Special thanks to DMC for translating these. Again, I'll leave a link to his blog in the description down below. We got full episode summaries for episodes 2 and 3, and then we just got the titles for episodes 4 and 5, although we're going to be doing a bit of speculation in all of this. So let's start with episode 2, which is called Catch the Wind Storm Access. Yusaku managed to capture the mysterious lifeform as he chases after the Knights of Hanoi. In order to defeat them, he logs into the VR Space Network link frames as Playmaker. He commenced a duel holding the lifeform as a hostage. However, the lifeform predicted that Yusaku can't win with his deck, and performed a certain action. So to me, this sounds like episode 1 isn't going to have a duel at all. It's just literally going to be establishing the plot, establishing that whatever happened to Yusaku's past, and whatever happened to Kusanagi's brother, and just them capturing the lifeform. Because episode 2 is starting once he's already captured it, and then we're getting into the duel. Now, we saw previously back, whenever the hell translations came out, that Yusaku is going to be dueling in secret. So obviously we know he's going to be dueling in secret as the Playmaker, but here it says the lifeform predicts that Yusaku can't win with his current deck. So obviously Yusaku sucks balls. He's probably using a Cyburst deck, you know, like the default one, like the starter deck. Probably you're going to see a ton of cards from that used in this first opening episode. But the fact that the lifeform performed a certain action, I think we can all sort of guess what it is, and it can either be one of two things. It can either be he invented link summoning, you know, sort of like YuGiOh did in episode 1 of Arc 5, or should I say Zark's influence on YuGiOh, and or it's going to be he turns into Decode Talker. Now, the Decode Talker one is probably the most plausible, I guess, or the most obvious that it could be, because we know that Decode Talker's body actually kind of looks like it shares similar DNA with the mysterious lifeform, which we still don't have a name for out of all of these translations, which is quite nice to see. So I wonder if the lifeform will change it to Decode Talker, but then we know the lifeform has a voice actor, so will Decode Talker always be talking to Yusaku, or will the lifeform be able to turn into different monsters? Maybe the lifeform will turn into Firewall Dragon eventually. Or maybe Firewall Dragon is Yusaku's ace monster outside of VR, which, you know, this kind of makes it seem like it isn't at all, because Yusaku can't win. And maybe because he doesn't have link monsters, maybe this is how link summoning is made, and it then, you know, sort of locks down what the Knight of Hanoi can do in that battle. Now, to me, this is also a bit weird, because obviously we've seen the trailer for VRAINS, we assume all that's happening in episode 1, so we're just basically getting no duels, which is going to be weird for a YuGiOh opening. It's going to be the first show that won't have a main character duel, if that is the case. Or maybe it'll show the start of the duel, but it won't be like, you know, in Duel Monsters we had Yugi vs Kaiba, in JX we had Duel vs Kronos. So it's going to be weird. Episode 2 sounds really good. It sounds like, then again, it sounds like a mixture of the first two, because in order to defeat them, he logs into the VR space known as Playmaker. So, was that trailer episodes 1 and 2 and 3? Like, so we see him logging into the VR space. Are you going to log in and log out, and then log back in again? And then do this, like, holding the lifeform hostage, even though it seems as though the Knights of Hanoi have, you know, already tried and captured it? But, we'll have to see. Moving on to episode 3. Yusaku begins to examine the information hidden in the mysterious lifeform. Meanwhile, after his duel against the Knights in the network, he became famous as the hero who saved Link VRAINS. Learning that the lifeform is with Playmaker, Soul Technology sets up an operation to capture it. So, Yusaku wins the duel, obviously. He gets the lifeform, and it seems the lifeform is basically cooperating with Yusaku, because you'd have thought if it is a lifeform, it would be a bit, you know, cautious to not give away anything. It'd be very secretive about who it is, what it is, unless it doesn't know itself, and it needs help discovering that. Now, you've got to imagine that Soul Technology created this lifeform, or they know of its existence, they know of where it came from, which is why they're looking for it. But the bit that interested me here was he became famous as the hero who saved Link VRAINS. I thought in one of the translations we had before for the entire show, it was that Yusaku had beaten the Knights of Hanoi in the past, and then became known as a hero in Link VRAINS. So maybe this duel. There's no way this is happening in the past. This has to be a present time story. But I wonder if that has something to do with Yusaku's past being stolen. Maybe it isn't something as simple as a memory wipe. Maybe it's someone took credit for defeating the Knights of Hanoi in the Link VRAINS in the past. Maybe something else happened to Yusaku, or happened to the memories of everyone in the world, to forget Yusaku's actions and how he saved Link Vrains, and maybe they're now again living under threat of the Knights of Hanoi because no one can remember the events that happened, that that he managed to defeat them. Though then episode 2 kind of contradicts that by saying that Yusaku can't win with his current deck, unless of course we see the Knights of Hanoi bring out a new monster that he's never seen before. Maybe Cracking Dragon isn't the big boss monster of the Knight of Hanoi. Maybe there is something different. Maybe we'll see an appearance of a Topologic Bomber Dragon this early. We could do. Final line, learning the life form is with the Playmaker. Soul Technology sets up an operation to capture it. So these guys are going after the Playmaker now. So first was Yusaku going after the Knights of Hanoi, and then it's Soul going after Yusaku. Now, the reason why it's so interesting is because the next 2 episodes, they seem to focus on Go Onizuka. So the next episode, episode 4, sorry, is called The Charisma Duelist Go Onizuka, and episode 5 is The Ringing 3 Count. So I wonder if this seems like it's going to be a 2-part duel. We're going to get introduced to Go Onizuka properly. I think this will be Yusaku versus Go, The Ringing 3 Count, The Ring, Wrestling, kind of makes sense. But I wonder if Soul Technology have actually, gone and asked Go for help to, take down this hacker. They've said that Yusaku is a hacker. He's a dangerous person to the whole world, to the whole game they enjoy playing, and maybe he's now trying to stop Yusaku, even though he's done nothing wrong really, and he's trying to work out his own past. So that's going to be kind of interesting, because that kind of means that if this follows a 2-episode duel, then episode 5 will be Yusaku versus Aoi. I think that's how they might go about this, because you've got to think Akira is the head of network security at Soul Technology. He's going for one of the biggest, well-known charisma duelists in the in the Link Vrains to go for Yusaku first, and then maybe, just maybe, he then has to rely on his sibling to try and deal with this quote-unquote threat to the Link Vrains, which could be really interesting going forward, because this is definitely being like, I'm surprised that the first 3 episodes are going to be one continuous story. It's like a 3-part episode. It's like going back to Duel Monsters, where we had 3, 4, 5-part duels. It's just going to be interesting seeing what's actually going to happen in episode 1. Will we get a duel or not? Episode 2 definitely will have a duel. Episode 3 seems like either like the end of the duel, and then just some more stuff. I'm really excited about Vrains. This has got me more hyped. We're going to see Go Onizuka, we're going to see Aoi, probably definitely in the first episode talking, but maybe not dueling, maybe not with Yusaku. Obviously here we're now going to see episode 4 and 5 are going to be Go's premiere debut. But in addition to that, we also got some confirmation that speed duels are going to be held in VR on the D-board, so when they're riding through the Link Vrains, through the Data Wind, and there's going to be standard duels, where they stand completely still on the ground, normal duels, I'm guessing inside VR and outside of VR as well, because obviously we see that Go is, sort of standing on the ground outside of the Eiffel Tower type place. But that's going to be it for today's YuGiOh VRAINS video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Feel free to leave a like and a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on these upcoming 5 episodes. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. See you then.